Wondering if you could do 2 favors.
Well, what are they?
Taking me to the nearest police station.
For the first time, we're hearing from Ruby Franke's son himself, the emaciated 12-year-old boy who broke free from duct tape shackles and ran for help. His escape exposed the shocking abuse at the hands of his mother, Ruby Franke,
I'll wait till I have a lawyer.
and her friend, disgraced psychiatrist Jodi Hildebrandt.
If you knew all the pieces, I think you'd have a lot of empathy for what's going on.
And the details of the boy's abuse proved to be more horrific than we could have ever imagined.
Medical got there, they started cutting the stuff off him, and then you can see like the dark around his ankles, and it you could smell it with the flesh.
By now, you know the story of Ruby Franke, the once famed YouTube mom who turned convicted child abuser. Franke rose to fame documenting the lives of her children on the YouTube channel 8 Passengers that at one point had more than 2 million followers. Critics pointed out Franke's alarming parenting tactics far before her arrest.
And my kids are literally starving. I hesitate to say this because it's going to sound like I'm like a mean barbarian, but I told the kids, I said, I'm not even going to let you eat breakfast until you get your chores done.
But it was August 30th, 2023 when things really changed for Franke.
Place your hand behind your back for me. Perfect. And then...
That's when this harrowing 911 call was made.
This kid has obviously been... I think he's been detained. He's obviously covered in wounds.
We've played the call for you dozens of times here on Law&Crime Network, but this is the first time we're actually seeing what led up to it. This week, Washington County, Utah finally released dozens of documents, photos, audio recordings, and videos, all relating to the Franke case, and we're getting a first-hand look at what happened. We know that on August 30th of last year, the Franke's son, who we are identifying as RF, broke free from Jodi Hildebrandt's Ivins, Utah home and ran for help. Here's a video of him approaching a neighbor's home and ringing the bell. You can see RF ring the bell and wait at the front door for someone to answer. As he stands there, RF is emaciated with extremely small legs. You can see the duct tape around his ankles. He's wearing a ragged long-sleeve shirt that has blood on the arm and socks without shoes. When RF knocks on the door, it's soft, almost as if he's too weak to make a loud bang. After about 2 minutes waiting at this home, RF leaves and heads to another neighbor's home. The next neighbor RF visits makes the infamous 911 call, and the entire thing is caught on Ring camera video. Here, you can see the boy slowly approach the door before pressing the intercom. At first, it seems like no one will answer the door as there's an automated response.
Answer the door right now, but if you'd like to leave a message, you can do it now.
So RF starts to walk off before we hear what sounds like a door opening.
Yes.
RF turns around and faces the neighbor, asking for what he calls some favors.
Hi, I was just wondering if you could do 2 favors.
Well, what are they?
of taking me to the nearest police station.
The man asks the boy what's going on, and he replies, it's personal business.
Well, actually, this one's fine.
What's going on, son? Have a seat there.
It's personal business.
The neighbor asks RF how he got over there before the video cuts out.
What's your name? How'd you get here?
We now know RF broke free from duct tape shackles after months of abuse. He and his younger sister were found in such poor condition that they needed to be hospitalized after their rescue. Next, we see video of the neighbor making the infamous 911 call that up until now we only had heard audio for. As you can see, RF is within earshot of the call.
222-1512. I just had a 12-year-old boy show up here at my front door asking for help. And he's said he just came from a neighbor's house, and he's emaciated, he's got tape around his legs, he's hungry, and he's thirsty.
Need someone immediately.
Another video shows the man still on the line with 911.
But he has duct tape around
Big
each ankle.
injuries, there's sores around them.
Yeah, there's sores around him. I think there's a good chance he's been...
He also has
and he has it around his
wrist
ankle.
as well.
I mean, his wrist as well. Okay, this boy has been...
Needs immediate attention.
The 911 recording is famous for the neighbor tearing up during the call as he explains the boy's condition. We now know that as one neighbor was saying all this, the other was comforting RF.
Oh, he was such a good kid.
This kid has obviously been... I think he's been detained. He's obviously covered in wounds.
In another ring video from the same house, we see RF eating for the first time as emergency responders arrive.
He's hungry and he's young Ben. He's carrying his stocking feet. So he escaped.
We need the police here now.
They're on the line.
You don't have any allergies to that? Okay.
I hear cars, they're not coming in the driveway.
The neighbors wave for the ambulance to come closer as they tell RF he's going to be checked out.
No, they're just not getting out of the truck. Okay. Okay, thank you. Bye. These folks are going to examine you.
Separate body camera video shows one of the first responders begin to cry after seeing RF's wounds.
I am. So I got my shades on.
Got pictures. I'll take more. Or do you want me to send them to you?
Soon, RF is loaded into the back of an ambulance. Body camera video shows a sergeant speak with the boy, saying he needs a few pictures of the wounds.
Hey, I'm Sergeant Tolber. I'm going to just get a few pictures. Are you okay with that?
Washington County released photos of the boy's wounds and his sister's, but we've decided not to show them because they're too gruesome. Additional video of RF being treated has been partially redacted, but you can hear a first responder remind the boy he's not in trouble.
How did you get the ropes on you? Who did them? You're not in trouble with me, okay? We're just trying to figure out what's going on. Our main focus right now is you, okay? Who put the ropes on you? Supposed to help you what?
An officer later describes RF's wounds, saying he could smell the flesh.
First observed the kid. He was sitting on the chair, had the duct tape and plastic around his ankles. And then he had a long sleeve shirt on. And then we pulled his sleeves up, and he had duct tape and clear plastic underneath the sleeves on both wrists. And then medical got there. They started cutting the stuff off him, and then you can see like the dark around his ankles, and it you could smell it, the flesh. It's underneath the tape. As soon as they took it off, you can, even outside, you can smell. You could smell the flesh. And then put him in the ambulance. I went in there. They started cutting more off of it. You can see the wounds on the back of his ankles, around the front of his ankles, and then on his wrists as well. And the wounds around his ankles were dark and like, I don't know, like wet looking, I guess, from the moisture underneath it. Yeah, he said he was tied on the ground with a rope. That's where the wounds came from. Yeah, with ropes on all 4 of his extremities. And that's where the wounds came from. And then they put cayenne pepper mixed with honey, he said, on the wounds, and then covered that with the plastic saran wrap and then the duct tape over the wounds. Yeah. And then that's what we cut off, was that. Yeah, they dressed the wounds. Some of the wounds, when I was in there, when they went to go peel it, they thought it was some of the dressing. It was actually his skin that was peeling.
As RF is being treated, first responders arrive at Hildebrandt's home.
Police officers, open up!
When Jodi Hildebrandt answers the door, she's already on the phone with her attorney.
No, I'm not gonna step out of the
Step out of the house.
Step out of the house.
Whoa.
We're just gonna stay in the house. They're gonna be out front.
Wait a minute, how do you come in my house?
Right there.
They come into my house.
Officials later explained they entered the house without a warrant because of exigent circumstances.
And you are supposed to announce yourself and explain the purpose. Could you at least explain that to Jodi while I'm on the phone?
Not yet, but I can do that with you on the phone. But again, there won't be any dialogue. We received a report of an emaciated juvenile that had duct tape around his extremities, that was asking for food and water. And based on that information, there are other people in the home, so we're ensuring that there is nobody else in the same condition. So under that exigency, we've entered the home.
Hildebrand eventually does speak with officials, saying she's nervous and that first responders don't know the whole story.
I'm a little nervous.
To be honest with you, if I was sitting over there, I'd be a little nervous too. So don't worry about it. We're just here to talk, to get your side. And right now we're just asking you just typical questions, like how long you lived here, that kind of thing.
We just want to get to know you a little, so if you just kind of want to share a little about yourself and what brought you down here. And
So I trust my attorney. He said, don't say anything. And I said, I have nothing to hide. And he's like, I know that, but just let me be there with you when you talk. So you guys seem nice people.
Yeah.
I'm not trying to hide anything. I'm trying to be difficult. This is really if you knew all the pieces, I think you'd have a lot of empathy for what's going on.
Ruby Franke, however, opts not to speak to police. She only shakes her head in response when she's detained at Hildebrandt's home.
Perfect. And then right now I can put a finger in each of these, okay? And I'm just going to double up those so they don't tighten up on you on the way out there. Where's your car?
It's out there.
Yeah.
About by the command.
You don't have anything on you that I should know about, correct? Any weapons, anything that we're going to find. Before you put you in a police vehicle, we need to search your person to make sure you don't have anything on you. Is there anything you have on you? Okay, I'm going to search you before we put you in his car. That's just protocol, so I'm just going to have you step right over here and then just widen your legs, widen your stance. Yep, perfect. Are you wearing a bra? Okay, I'm just going to go like this through and make sure you don't have anything. You said you're not wearing a bra? Okay. Is that just like a tank top under here? Okay. Just gonna lift up your hair. Okay. Alright, you're just gonna walk with Officer Hines.
And later at the police department, Franke only speaks twice.
Do you want to talk to me about where you live or how many kids you have? So we just spoke with your husband and he said you guys have 6 kids. Are those all together? Are those all your kids? I can wait all day, so it's up to you if you want to talk to us about what's going on. Would you feel more comfortable talking to one of us?
Or do you want me to, I can step out if you want?
Or if you feel more comfortable talking to him, I can step out?
I'll wait till I have a lawyer.
Okay. So you don't want to talk to us at all? Do you want to answer that? Or you don't want to talk to us about anything?
So yeah, this is just your chance to tell us. We're just trying to get your side of the story. So it's your chance to do that. But it's up to you. We're just here to talk. And I mean, I'm not asking any criminal questions. If you don't want to talk to us, just let us know and we'll be done.
I've already told you.
You want a lawyer? Okay.
Franke and Hilderbrand were eventually charged with 6 counts of aggravated child abuse each, but the counts were bumped down to 4 when both women pleaded guilty. They were sentenced last month and will spend up to 15 years in prison. Reporting for Law&Crime, I'm Gillespie.